One of the issues with recording your content using your phone is actually getting good quality recording like 4K without having your phone's storage full in like a week. So right now I'm recording in full HD using my phone. By the way, I can even record in 4K if I wanted to. And the good part is I'm not using my phone's storage. Everything is happening wirelessly and the recording is being saved into my computer. And of course, I'm using a platform called Riverside FM, and that's the sponsor of today's video. So this will allow me to record, podcast, and bring in guests if I want to. Plus, I can even repurpose my content into shorts or reels, all happening inside Riverside FM. But again, remember, we're using my phone as a webcam and everything is wireless. So let's not take much time. I'm gonna show you how everything works right now. So the first thing you're gonna need obviously is your phone. Right now I'm using my iPhone, but it should work on Android as well. And another thing you're gonna need to download the Riverside FM application on your phone. Now, depending on the phone that you're actually using, if you're using Apple or iPhone, you're gonna be able to go to App Store and download it. And what you need to do is just you're gonna go ahead and type in Riverside FM, and the app should actually appear here. And as you can see, mine is already downloaded, and all I'm gonna do is at some point I'm gonna open it. I don't need to open it right now, but in your case, you're gonna go ahead and actually download that application. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and go to our computer and we're gonna go to Riverside.fm. Okay, if this is your first time, obviously you're gonna have to create an account. Super easy, but I already have an account. I'm just gonna go ahead and log in, and as you can see, I'm just gonna go ahead and log in using my Google account associated to my login. It's always easier to just use my Google or my Gmail. And as we get here, you can see that this is what the interface is gonna look like. Now I have multiple studios or sessions. These are sessions that I have created before, but if this is your first time, I'm just gonna go here and create a new studio. Just hit the plus sign, and what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and name it. So for this one, we're gonna name it Using Your Phone. And then you have options to check if you want to record audio only. You don't have to do any of this. Of course, your transcription in language, if you use English, again, me use English, yeah, but you have some other languages you can actually choose from. You're gonna go ahead and do that. If you want to schedule a recording, you can do that. That's an optional, but for us, we're just gonna go ahead and actually hit create. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna see here, we're gonna see a few options here, but for us, we are interested in the one that says go to studio. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually click go to studio. And as you can see, you're gonna show up as a host. Of course, you're hosting your show, and you're gonna have to name yourself. So my name is Sam, and you're gonna have to check if you're using headphones. Again, I'm just gonna go ahead and check I'm using headphones. If you're not using headphones, you're gonna need to apply some noise cancellation just to avoid any echoes or anything like that. Okay, and sometimes you actually get your camera set up, is gonna show up here, but if it happens that sometimes some browser may act out, don't worry, you can just go ahead and actually hit join the studio, and we're gonna be able to do all the changes within the studio. Okay, so what you can see, if you want to invite a guest, you can actually go ahead and invite a guest here. Again, we haven't added our camera yet, and for now we're not gonna be inviting a guest, but if you wanted to invite some guests, you can just copy this link and send to them. They're gonna be able to join your studio if you want to podcast, of course, with a guest on. But for now, we're just gonna be recording just my feed, so I'm gonna go ahead and close that. And because we want to add the camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually go to settings here, because this is where we're gonna set up our camera. Okay, so as you can see here, the first tab here says audio and video. So this is where we need to add our camera. So I'm gonna go here where it says no camera. I'm gonna click on it, and if you scroll down, you're gonna see an option that says connect mobile cam. Okay, again, by the time I record this video, it's still in beta, but it should be rolled out very soon. So you should be able to see it very soon. Okay, so what we gotta do, we're just gonna go ahead and actually click on it, and what you're gonna see, you're gonna actually, Riverside is gonna give you this QR code that you need to scan with your phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my phone's camera, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and actually scan this QR code, and what's gonna happen is gonna ask me to actually open Riverside FM application on my phone. Okay, and as you can see, now we have a feed coming from my phone going towards Riverside FM, and my phone's camera is actually being used as a camera. Okay, which is super cool. Now by default it's gonna use the back or the rear camera, which is awesome because that's what we need. That's the highest quality kind of camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually mount it. As you can see, the feed is really good and the video looks good. Again, on the preview it may not look that wow, however once you record, trust me, it's gonna look really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually mount it. So as you can see, like magic, right now my phone is actually ready to be used. Okay, now the next thing that I'm gonna do now, as my phone is connected, again I just want to remind you guys, for this to work your phone has to be connected on the same network as your computer, and this works for both Mac and Windows, obviously, because it's using a browser. So Riverside FM is actually browser based, which is awesome. And the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna continue and make sure our settings are actually right. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go to under microphone. Again, as you can see, it says iPhone HD cam. Okay, and you can see that the feed is actually really good. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and actually check and choose our microphone. Again, mine is not connecting, but I believe it's because I'm using it to record this video with Streamlabs, and I'm using it to record my screen. So we're gonna leave it the way it is for now. And next we're gonna go ahead and actually choose our speaker, and as you can see, the speaker is by default the Rodecaster Duo, and that's pretty much it. So now we're done, everything looks good. We're gonna go to under here, say echo cancellation. You want to leave it the way it is. You don't want to apply echo cancellation. Again, I advise you to use some headphones. And then we're gonna go to general. There's really nothing to choose here. It's just your studio info that we just did earlier. Now we have design if you want to upload your logo, and you can also go to custom if you want to customize, like your name tag and everything. You can even choose a theme. Okay, this is gonna be probably for a different video. And again, back to settings, we're gonna go to recording. And this is where you're gonna choose the quality of your recording. Now, since we are using our phone, of course, we need the video and audio at the same time. If we were podcasting just audio, we probably wouldn't need to use our phone's camera. And then for audio, you can choose the highest. Again, if you want to use noise reduction, probably I wouldn't advise you to use noise reduction unless you are in a noisy place. Okay, for audio sample rate, you can actually bump it up to 48 kilohertz. This is gonna give you really high quality, good sounding audio. Now for video, as you can see, you have two options. You have the standard resolution. This is gonna record in 720p, and you can export composed edits in higher resolution up to 4K. If you go to advanced, this is my favorite part. This is where you're gonna be able to record actually either in full HD or 4K. Now, because your phone has a 4K camera, you can go ahead and record a 4K video if you wanted. And again, for me personally, for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna be recording everything in full HD, but you can again have that option to actually go ahead and go to 4K, no problem. You just have to toggle this and it's actually going to give you 4K image. Okay, but for now, let's keep it in 1080p. Frame rate is always 24 frames per second, and that's pretty much it. If you need a countdown timer, you can do all the good stuff, and everything else here doesn't matter really in terms of quality. Now, as I said in the intro, if you wanted to live stream, you can actually go ahead and hit this live stream button, and you can actually choose live stream to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and or even custom RTMP, Twitch, TikTok, X, or Twitter. Okay, you can do that. You can even toggle full HD if you want to stream in full HD. So basically, you can record locally on your computer using your iPhone, record your podcast or your content, and on the top of that, you can actually go ahead and live stream at the same time. So I see this being super useful. Let's say you have a guest, you're really planning to have a guest on your show. You can have them do a live show kind of thing, and after that you can repurpose that content for as a podcast. You can start with a video podcast, and on the top of that, you can actually, of course, you're gonna edit it, have higher quality audio, kind of uncompressed, if I can call it that way, and then have a higher quality video, and then you can edit that into a podcast, post it, and you can take the audio video portion of that and maybe post it on audio podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and stuff like that, which is really awesome. So this is where Riverside FM actually does shine a lot. And as you can see, you have a choice between streaming 1080p or 720p. Again, why not do 1080p if you have access to it? Why you do 720p? But this is gonna depend on your internet connection and how you want to do things, obviously. Okay, last we can go to advanced if you want to, you know, do pause uploads. Just few things here that you can actually do. Again, in my opinion, you probably don't need to be here. So that's pretty much it. So once you're done, all we gotta do is you're just gonna go ahead and close our settings, and we should be good to record in full HD for now. So next, before we go to recording, as you can see, we have our record button here. We have our mic button here, okay, that we still have like all the microphones available for us. You can choose any microphone that you want. You have a camera option here. We have your speaker option. You have even like access to a teleprompter and script if you want to have your script kind of, you know, copy paste into here, and you can actually follow along as you interview your guests. You're gonna have even a teleprompter in front of you, which is awesome. And you can share your screen, and of course you can leave the studio whenever you want, which is awesome. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and actually click start recording. Is gonna count down from 5 to 0, and as soon as you're ready, of course, as soon as you get to 0, you're gonna start recording. And right now I'm recording using my phone, so obviously I want to make sure I look into the phone's camera. And of course, I'm super excited about this feature. So because I want you guys to see the quality that comes out of this phone, this is what you're getting. Again, I'm recording in full HD, but you can still get 4K. And of course, you want to make sure you have everything else taken care of. Like your microphone has to sound really good, and your lighting has to be on point. So do not neglect those things, because if you need a good looking image, obviously you need to have good lighting and good audio. Remember, this is recording content and potentially podcasting with this, so that's very important. Another thing is, when you're recording, you're gonna see a low resolution on screen, but don't worry about it. Riverside FM is actually kind of recording the higher quality image, and another cool thing is actually uploading that image as you speak or as you record your content. So it's uploading to Riverside FM platform, and as you can see, it says here there's something that says uploading. So that's why you actually gonna get a higher quality image, because, or higher quality video, because it's all actually happening with what they call local recording. So once we are done recording, all you gotta do is we're gonna go ahead and actually kill our recording. Just hit the stop button, and as you can see, Riverside FM, it should be uploading everything or recording everything locally. So all I gotta do is I'm gonna go ahead and actually go to view recordings, and it's gonna take a few minutes to process the recording. We're gonna wait. So once it's done uploading, as you can see, we have a recording here inside Riverside FM, and what I'm gonna do is you can actually either preview it. So when you click to it, it's gonna show you like a preview of your recording. But if you want to download it, you're gonna go down here. As you can see, it's gonna say sound. Now if you have it, you had a guest on, you're gonna have the guest as well. Now you have the transcript is going to appear here as well. So right now it's actually happening. So if you need to use this transcript, you can do that. It's also gonna be super useful for, you know, if you want to edit within Riverside FM, you can turn this podcast into shorts and reels. Everything happening in Riverside FM. Again, we're not going to go into that in this video. And then what you need to do, as you can see, the quality says 1920 by 1080. That's why we set up. If you want to, if we record it in 4K, it will actually show up in 4K. And as you can see, it's a total of 6 minutes and 45 seconds. So you can go ahead and actually go to high quality download button here. You click to it. If you download the cloud recording, it's not going to be high quality. That's going to be just the preview that we're actually seeing. So what we need to do is really we go to high quality recording, and you're going to see an option to download the raw video. So this is what I need, because this is the highest quality. You also going to have a an option to download audio. Again, we have the raw audio, okay, that you can download from here. It's gonna be a web file, which is gonna be really, it's gonna sound really good, and you're gonna have some compressed audio. This is not gonna be as good quality as this one. So if you're podcasting, I would encourage you to download the raw version of the audio, because it's gonna be super awesome. So what you need to do is just gonna go click to the raw video, and it's gonna start downloading, and we're gonna go ahead and actually download our audio. Again, is the same concept. So at the moment of the truth right now, we can actually go ahead and click to the video. As you can see, the video looks really good. It's high quality, and this is what it looks like. Full HD, no problem. Again, if you want it in 4K, you can actually do 4K, no problem. So this is what it looks like, and I'm super actually satisfied with what the video looks like. It's really high quality, and I kind of love it. So as you can see, your phone is actually a mighty tool. Combined with Riverside FM is actually going to be a perfect combo, especially for recording content and podcasting, and of course live streaming. And the good thing, again, you're not going to be using your phone's storage. Again, thanks to Riverside FM for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out Riverside FM for free, I've got a link down below. You can actually check them out. Plus, if you want to pick up one of their paid plans, I've got a discount code. You can use the code Live Production to get 15% off. But other than that, if you want to see how you can podcast and live stream at the same time using Riverside FM, I've got another video showing you step by step how to do exactly that. And as soon as it's done, it's going to be linked right here. So make sure to check it out, and I will see you next time, guys. Take care.